Okay, well that's done. Now to get some footage to play over the voice of shit. You know, if you just stick with story missions, Vice City is a surprisingly short game. It doesn't sound like it at 87 total missions, which is 10 more than 3, but only 38 of those are technically storyline. I say technically because the team at Rockstar apparently figured out that they'd come up short on this one and decided that you need to do some side quests to get to the final story missions. Specifically, you have to buy 6 of the 8 assets available across the map, one of them must be the Printworks, and Phil Cassidy's asset doesn't count. You get the ability to buy assets after killing Diaz in yet another of the commonly cited worst missions of the game, Shakedown.
Bribery? Screw bribery! I'll show you how to make them scared! I'll be back here in 5 minutes.
So is that like 5 of their minutes, which are 5 seconds, or... My only advice is to take the provided Stinger and park it neatly in the garage. You have a helicopter parked out back, and if you don't have a helicopter parked out back, there's one on the roof. I still only made it with 4 seconds to spare.
I run this town now. Me.
Assets themselves are varied in difficulty and rewards. Doing the missions from your asset makes it generate money that you can go pick up later. Some of these missions are stupidly easy, like the one on the Pole Position Club. Simply walk into one of the back rooms, put down the controller and go have a cup of coffee. As long as you don't make it instant, you're going to be done with this by the time you come back. Then you can buy the boat jar that you got shot at a couple of missions ago. Its mission is just a time trial for which you will pick this boat if you want to be done with it quickly. You should be making real fake money in less time than it takes to make cup noodles. The ice cream one is also easy if you don't get greedy and keep swapping locations. Because I'm dumber than greedy, I just circle Starfish Island, all the while getting shot at. You have to do 50 consecutive deals to complete the asset. Good, that's the lazy ones. From here on they'll involve actual effort. Sunshine Arrows shouldn't be too difficult if you're good at remembering card names and that the limo will spawn at the front of the Vercetti estate. My favorite bit is when they ask for a sentinel, so you just go upstairs and bring it down. The movie studio has Dennis Hopper, which means I can excuse the shitty pickup mission. The seaplane mission is very enjoyable and you get to use the only flyable plane in the game.
Sonny.
The studio also has one of my favorite missions in the game, G-Spotlight. I love trying to do this one by the book since it's just cool jumps. 3 of them are even needed for 100%. I was going very well with it until here. And then I had to improvise. Kaufman Cap missions are fine but also very annoying to get to. Mostly because Kaufman Caps is in the middle of Little Haiti and the game loves to spam unfriendly gang members on premises. Apart from that, they're fine. Of particular note is the capstone mission for the asset, Capmageddon, where you get set up and have to survive a 1-minute demolition derby against 6 cabs. You can drive in circles and listen as they do a great job of taking themselves out. From there on, it's just a matter of not getting run over by the zebra cab and having enough health and armor to make it through the splash damage. That leaves the Malibu Club, Phil Cassidy and the Printworks, and we'll get to those in a bit, because it's time to deal with some unfinished business. Little side missions usually left by the wayside on the way to 100%. Racing is always fun, rampages vary by location. For some reason, the difficulty of the rampages is really dependent on that. Some of them simply won't spawn enemies to kill. Worst of them is the one at the Hyman Memorial Stadium. Enemies will not spawn and the flamethrower is a heavy weapon that prevents sprinting. So if you miss one and he ran, forget about it. Also, forget about running somewhere to force a respawn with it on your back. The other side of the map has the opposite problem.
You like the furious burning
Anyway, with those done, we can get back to the story by helping Cortez escape from the French. The point I'm trying to make here is that the air vehicle physics are a bit janky on this game. Since we finished the Haitian missions all the way back in part 1, we've unlocked the final of Umberto's missions with Troy and Buru. The first mission will I'll agree with popular opinion on it being absolute bullshit. It wouldn't be, except for the fact that the only escape route after you plant the bombs is a small and completely hidden staircase on the bit of a map which you wouldn't have any reason to return to.
Tommy, I done everything for you. You treat me like a fool. Don't do that.
Lance, I won't rip you off or stab you in the back, okay?
Lance is flaking out on us. That's a little concerning. Well, we'll deal with that in due time. For now, we have to deal with Lobfist. First, you have to do a drug deal. And this being a GTA game, I'm parking my car on the chase position already.
Thanks for the money, sucker!
Yep, that's about right. Then you have to do the mission with the Psycho.
Burn! Lobfist ruined my life!
Oh, 2002. Never change. Yep, there's no way they survived that. No way, no how. Then another soft lock until you do the biker missions. Instead, I decided to do the dirt ring mission. Fuck the dirt ring mission. We're getting rather close to the end of the game, so how about we go back to those missing assets? The Malibu missions are built around the heist. Surprisingly, the missions to get the people for the heist are more difficult than the heist itself. It may set up tension and pad the game a little bit. Me, I just think it demonstrates that Tommy could have probably pulled this off all by himself. First you have to bust Camp Jones out of jail, which involves dealing with a literal station full of policemen who ruined my day a couple of times. Then you have Cassidy's mission. Easy enough. Next though, the driver. The driver is the stuff of bad mission legends. The annoying mission to end all annoying missions. If Nickelodeon's fascination with Fred married Cartoon Network's fascination with the annoying orange and the resulting spawn was a time-displaced GTA mission, this would be it. It's not that it's unnecessary, which it is, you'll end up being the driver on the heist. It's not that it's stacked against you, it's a video game, it's supposed to be a bit of a challenge. It's just how badly it's stacked against you. Hillary has a Sabre Turbo, which is alarmingly fast and can keep up with the top sports cars in the game. You have a Sentinel, which you will remember as the car I exported directly from the showroom floor. This is before you get a 2-star wanted level for street racing. Apparently the cops did not turn a blind eye to this one the same way they do literally every other race and insane driver in this city. And the way that the game deals with draw distance and traffic patterns means that you will be fighting with things that the AI will never see. And, of course, the infamous glitch on the PS2 and early PC versions where you will glitch out and fall into the water on the bridge just before the final straight. Naturally, and as you can see here, I passed it on my first try. Have no idea how, I'm just lucky I guess. Either that or REVC is just less janky. Then again, it all may just be a visceral reaction to Hillary being killed in seconds on the actual heist, which isn't difficult at all, provided that you came prepared.
I really think there must be some mistake.
There's storming the place, with 2 guys. And then for the getaway you have to drive with a wanted level for all of 30 seconds.
We made it! We're rich! Rich!
I stopped here and did a little bit more busy work for 100%. Keep holding up those stores and buying property. Also, this happened.
Show me your face, traitor. I just need one drink.
Don't forget to do the fucking ambulance missions. 45 minutes of driving about for nothing but a percentage point. Let's see, what else on the list? Ah, fuck. If the driver was just overhyping its awfulness, RC Raider pickup is just the correct amount of idiocy to make it the most frustrating mission in the entire game. Especially so because you've already driven helicopters in the game. Hell, we drove toy helicopters in it. And all of them handle better than this uncontrollable, spinning, easily damaged piece of RC crap, which forces you to have the touch of a feather to keep it from just spinning end over end. Thank God there isn't a time limit. And then you get to see Rockstar change the continuity between games.
Ta-da! Oh, damn! Smooth. Or the roads made of jello.
Kids, drink responsibly.
Then there's also Blood Ring, which is really fun. Wasn't I supposed to be cajoling some bikers right now?
This ain't no country club, boy. Can you handle a bike?
Can you sit on a stool and drink?
We're getting closer and closer to the home stretch. The difficulty curve seems to have been balanced for someone who doesn't have a minigun, and the biker missions set out to somewhat correct that. So you get a raise in a Cause General Mayhem mission, which I actually failed once because I had forgotten to stock up on ammo, and being frugal with your minigun ammo is a bit like hypermodding a semi-truck. Not that the second one went much better. You then recover Mitch's bike and get them to do security.
Buffist, your time polluting the airwaves is over. I gave you the chance to be friends.
That crazy fan is still alive. I have no idea how they pulled that off. The bomb they planted gives you an opportunity to just vibe for a bit as you take in the excellent dialogue of a band of drunken idiots trying to defuse a bomb. Although the entire situation feels familiar. Huh. Then you have to do some more missions for yourself, all the while getting calls from Lance, which should make the twist ending not.
I ain't interested in what you gotta say. Why should I be? You don't care about me, do you? You gotta look after me a bit better. Give me a spare slice, you know?
The only thing keeping us from the ending now is the Printworks, one of the few places where Tommy has a non-snarky view of life. Pops wants to print money and Tommy can benefit from it. All you need to do is to get the plates on a quasi-stealth mission. I must say, the crime syndicate with the place must have amazing benefits if they can have a hot model squad. I hope they don't pay them with the fake money. And we're here. The finale. A good finale has to start with something to tug at the heartstrings of the main character, and while he may like Ken and do business with Lance, there is really only one acceptable target here.
Who? Oh, Tommy. Some mob thugs said they'd come to take their cut. Rip that guy a new asshole for me.
I'm gonna rip him too!
So you take out the couriers. Shouldn't be that difficult. And that leads you immediately to the end. Keep your friends close. The final mission in the game, and naturally in a homage to Scarface, you have to protect your red mansion from a group of thugs. And I think I have an advantage because Tony Montana only had a rifle with a grenade launcher. You spend some time just mincing through surge-rushing enemies before the game tells you to kill Lance.
No one to cover your ass now, eh, Tommy?
You're going down, you backstabbing prick!
Oh, you think so?
I don't get it. He was right there when I took out Diaz in like a nanosecond. I mean, Sonny, on the other hand, wasn't. So that makes this much more excusable. And we end on a Casablanca reference.
You know, Ken, I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful business relationship.
Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
So that's Vice City. It's rather sobering to think that we are now as removed from it as it was removed from things like Donkey Kong Jr. and Q*bert. And much like those games, you have to do a little massaging to get it to function on modern hardware, and you may have to hunt for some unavailable patch. But the reward is an experience that's still fun and simple to get into, as challenging as you want it to be, and crucially, better than what the original developer can do when they attempt to give you that experience again. It's crazy to think that Vice City can now really be considered retro gaming, but with REVC, it's the best kind of retro gaming. The kind whose aesthetic takes you back, its gameplay still feels modern enough, and it helps you find something that's missing on the present. Put some vaporwave on, get a pastel suit, set your RGB for neon overload, and play it. I mean, on the evidence that I can do it, everyone should be able to get... Wait, 99%. But I did everything, what am I missing? I know that the one next to Rosenberg's office is tempting, but don't. Fuck.
Cut! Officer, Tulliver said he wasn't even in Vice City on the day in question.